making sure that it is in good condition. This tool again feels so nice on the scalp. Now using my fingertips to just gently trace over the jawline and massaging the back of the scalp as well. And I'm being quite slow with my movements because I want it to be as relaxing as possible for her. Hi everyone! Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I am joined by the oh so beautiful and heavily pregnant Vicky. And tonight we're just going to be playing with her hair, combing, using some other tools, and also doing a gentle neck and shoulder massage for her tonight. I'm going to start with using my bamboo paddle brush. Running it all the way down from the top of the scalp to the ends of the hair. Vicky's had her hair placed up in a high ponytail all day, and she said that she had a little bit of tension on her scalp, so I really hope this will help to relieve that a little bit for her. Her hair is so thick and soft and shiny. I feel even more so than what it usually is. She definitely has that beautiful pregnancy glow to her right now. And I'm making sure to run the brush against her back as well. And up her neck and into the hair. Moving on now, I'm going to use this beautiful long toothed comb. And glide it through from the root all the way down to the ends. Making sure to gently run it across the scalp as well. The fine teeth on this comb feel really nice against the scalp. It's almost like a nice scratch. And gently separating the hair. Comb through the central line. I love to use this comb. I think it is one of the most popular combs that I use in my videos. I know you guys certainly like it. And again, just scratching along the top of the scalp and running the comb through the hair. And I'm pressing the comb more into the skin now, the scalp, the neck and the shoulders. And again, I'm using the comb to gently trace across the skin and up the neck. So I'm now going to use my beautiful jade comb. And again, this is a comb that makes a beautiful sound. And I'll take it through the scalp, back and forth, and run it through the rest of the hair. And this comb is used more for circulation. It's obviously not going to do the best job of detangling your hair, but the cool stone against your scalp feels very nice. And the hollow sounds create the most perfect tingles. Tell me, from all of the videos you have seen from myself, what is the ultimate treatment you would like to receive? Leave it down in the comments below. And I'm moving on to use this quite thin, long bristle brush. I really enjoy using this for picking up small pieces of hair around the hairline. And the wooden tip just feels really nice, separating the hair as well. So I'm just taking little pieces of the baby hair, just twirling it around the brush and pulling on the skin a little bit. This can help relieve any pressure around the temple area. And it's also super tingly at the nape of the neck as well. Obviously, I'm quite limited with what I can do for Vicky right now because she is heavily pregnant. It's just a nice, relaxing hair brushing treatment in the hope that she will have a really good night's sleep. So I bought this tiny little back scratcher, but I wanted to use it through the hair because I thought it would feel really nice. Just pulling it through little pieces of the hair and giving the scalp a little scratch as well. And again, I feel it would be a good tool for running up the nape of the neck and into the back of the hair. From the back all the way up to the crown. I'll just grab some little bits of baby hair as well and just tease them out of the hair that I'm holding. And we'll just comb through them very gently. So gently. I've seen other people use this tool on the back and through the hair as well, so I definitely wanted to give it a try because it just looks so nice. Tracing it up the neck to create those beautiful tingles. This would be great for an itchy scalp. So keeping in the theme of scalp scratching, I have my scalp massager. I'm going to use that just for a minute or two on the scalp because I feel this can be quite an intense sensation. But I did want to use it because this is one of Vicky's favourite tools. And I wanted her to be happy and relaxed. going to take my nails, just run them down the scalp and through the hair, just to add a slightly different sensation. I absolutely love playing with people's hair. I always have done. So I'm just going to place the hair up now, just in a messy bun. So I'm just using my fingers to gather the hair as best I can. And then I'm going to twist the first half. So that it naturally wants to start to wrap around itself. And then I'll wrap the rest. And secure it with this very nice silk black scrunchie. So I'm going to start with a light exfoliation on the back. So I'm just going to use this exfoliating brush. And this is brand new. It's never been used. It will be given to Vicky afterwards to take home. So I'm being very gentle with running this brush over the skin. I'm almost just wanting to buff any dead particles away. And then I'm going to take my two very soft brushes and trace across the back. And again, this is a product I probably have about, 7 sets of, because I know I like to use them on different areas of the body. I have a set for each area. And I'm just tracing them across the skin. Down the neck and across the shoulders and over the back. I know that this feels really nice. All of the people I've done this to have said that this has been the part that has pretty much put them to sleep. So I'm going to take these hot lavender mitts and just press them into the skin. Almost massaging the shoulders. And massaging the neck as well. And I got this coconut body butter specifically for Vicky. And I've took a good amount of that. I'm going to just push that. Just remove her hair. Just push that into the back. And then I'll go in with my fingertips and just press into the top of the shoulders and up the neck. Bit tense there. It's always nice to just pamper yourself with beautiful oils and creams. But her skin feels so soft. It feels really nice. I can feel that Vicky is very relaxed right now, so I'll just place a hand on her shoulder to make sure that she is stable. And as I thought the skin just absorbed all of that beautiful coconut oil very quickly. So I'm going to finish this treatment with my very cool rose quartz wands. I'm just going to use this to now cool the skin down and massage the tops of the shoulders and the lower part of the neck. And it's just going to further aid in pushing that beautiful coconut oil into the skin. And I think Vicky is asleep. Thank you. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for this relaxing and steamy head spa. We really hope you enjoy this treatment. Jenny has recently had her hair highlighted, a full head of highlights, and she said that her scalp has felt a little bit dry recently with all of the chemicals and the toners and whatnot that has been placed onto her hair. If I can just grab your hair. Thank you. So we're just going to do a really, really relaxing and beneficial treatment for her scalp tonight. So I'm just going to start with massaging her scalp with my fingertips. Just to get the circulation going, a nice little bit of blood to the surface, and it will also help Jenny relax into this treatment as well. And I'm just adding a little bit more pressure. Almost doing a nice little scratch around her hairline. Just running my fingers through her hair, using my fingernails. And I have this tail comb. And I'm going to use this to just check through the scalp. Making sure that it is in good condition, that there are no cuts or abrasions within her hair. As I said before, she has had a full head of highlights and colour and toner all placed onto her hair, so I just want to be sure that this hasn't affected her scalp. Running the comb up in sections and checking and I'll use the tail end of the comb to just go horizontally down the top of her scalp. And I'm also checking for any signs of sunburn or sun damage, because we have been having glorious weather the past few weeks. So I'm just checking the top of her scalp mainly for that as well. And I'll just quickly check the sides. Just running the comb horizontally down the scalp. Just turn you to the left so I can have a look at the back. Thank you. Just repeating the same process on the back of the scalp, because this is also a very important area. But this feels a bit like how it felt when you had your hair highlighted. Okay, I'll just turn you to the other side quickly. Thank you. Okay, brilliant. So apart from a little dryness, the scalp is looking in really good condition. So I have this brush that you may have seen me use before. And I really enjoy using this on the scalp. It's quite dense, yet it's not too harsh, and what I like to do is I like to separate the hair and then just massage the brush into the scalp almost, just to release any dead skin cells from the top layer of the skin on the scalp. So I'll just part it as I did with the tail comb, brush the hair to the side, and I'm also going to use this jojoba oil once I have massaged the brush into the scalp, and I'll just place a few drops of this onto the scalp as well, and then rub that in with a large cotton bud tool I have kind of made myself. So I'm just being quite gentle with massaging this brush into the scalp. I feel okay. Yeah. It's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I will take my oil and just add 1 or 2 drops to the top of the scalp and let that trickle down. And then here is my very large Q-tip. So it's basically just a stick with a cotton wool wrapped around the top of it. But I find it works really, really well for this. You can get specific like scalp scaling cotton Q-tip style tools, but they are so expensive, so I just like doing this really. and I'll make sure to just get all of the areas that I can, all the way down the sides of the scalp. I really enjoy doing this treatment, and everybody who has had this treatment from me has also asked for me to do it again for them, and I think it's just because it just feels so nice. It really makes your scalp feel like it can breathe again, and I feel like with the scalp we kind of forget about it a little bit. We focus so much on our faces that we forget that there is a whole load of skin underneath our hair that needs to be looked after as well. So yes, I very much enjoyed doing this treatment. So I have some gloves which I'm going to put on now. My hands, they don't do well with steam and heat. So now I'm going to use the steamer for a good 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm going to take a little bit more of the jojoba oil and just put that over the hairline. And whilst the steam is opening not only the pores on the scalp, but it will also help open the cuticle of the hair, and that will help the oil just absorb into both the skin and the hair as well. again, this is one of the reasons why I really enjoy this treatment as well. The steam just feels so nice on the scalp, and I feel like you shouldn't be afraid to use a facial steamer on the scalp as long as the scalp is in good condition. It can really help, as I said, open the pores and release any built up oils and dirt from the pores and also the hair follicles as well. And then it helps just open up the cuticles of the hair, just to allow some moisture into the hair. Moving the hair to let the steam get to the sides. And just applying a medium pressure to the scalp. Okay, so that has warmed the oil and it's made its way into the scalp a lot more. And the scalp is actually feeling a lot softer, which is good because it is telling me that a lot of the tension is being released on the scalp. I always love to not only see but feel a difference in my clients throughout a treatment, because I know that it must be helping them. And I'm doing some pressure point massaging down the central line of the scalp, just from the hairline down to the crown. Making sure to get underneath the scalp as well, near the top of the neck. And I have this quite hot towel which has been steaming in my steamer, And I'm going to wrap all of the hair and the forehead into the towel. And this feels amazing. If you haven't had this done, you definitely should try it. So I'm going to massage the scalp with the towel on for a few minutes. I remember the first time I had this done in a treatment, I just felt so cocooned and warm and safe. It was just absolutely delightful. So I do like to offer this within some of my scalp treatments as well, because I just know how amazing it feels. And again, it's just going to really help keep that heat on the scalp, and it's going to help remove some of that oil we placed onto the scalp as well. Okay, so I'll just remove the towel. Thank you. So now we have worked on the scalp and helped nourish and cleanse it. I also want to help with the ends of the hair as well. So I have this leave-in treatment from Function of Beauty, and this stuff is amazing. It's one of my most favourite finds in hair products. And I'm just going to place it on the ends of the hair. Now that the steam and the warm towel has really helped open up the hair, it will really help this product just penetrate into the hair cuticle even more. So I'm just coating the ends of the hair with the leave-in treatment. I'm not being too precious about it. It doesn't have to be placed on perfectly, as long as there is a decent amount on the ends. And what Jenny will do is she will just leave this in overnight, and then rinse it out in the morning, and her hair should feel absolutely amazing. Okay, so that feels nicely coated now. So I'm just going to pop the steamer on for a few more minutes for Jenny's hair. And again, this will just kind of help loosen the leave-in treatment and the oils, and it will just kind of marry the two together within the hair.
I can smell it.
Smells so nice. So again, I'm just going to massage the scalp. Just get a nice bit of steam through the ends. And again, I'm applying some pressure down from the hairline to the base of the scalp. Doing a little bit of pressure point massage. Just using the palm of my hand. And then running my thumbs down the central line of the scalp also. So I have my jade comb, and again I know a lot of you enjoy the sounds of this comb, so I'm going to take that and run it through the hair. And after all of the steam and the hot towel, it feels quite nice to have a cool stone run through your hair and on the scalp. So it's just a nice ending to the treatment, I feel. good thing about the jade comb is it also helps stimulate the pressure points and meridian points in the scalp. And there we have it. A steamy head spa treatment. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I am joined by my beautiful friend Abby, and we're just going to do a really nice scalp treatment for her tonight. Since Abby has had her son, she has suffered with some hair loss, and I have a really nice tonic which is supposed to help with hair growth. So that is what we are going to use tonight. So I'm just playing with Abby's hair a little bit to start with. And I'm going to take my wooden paddle brush and just start brushing through her hair. I really enjoy using this brush. I like the sounds it makes, and it doesn't create any static in the hair as well, so that's always good. Her hair is feeling very soft and smooth at the moment, so the brush is just very easily gliding through the hair. Just taking some pieces from the front, gently brushing through them. So I have this wooden fine tooth comb, and again I'm just going to comb through the hair. But the good thing about this wooden comb is it feels really, really nice on the scalp, and it actually works as a kind of acupressure because of the way that the comb is designed. And again, it makes a really nice tingly noise through the hair, which I really, really enjoy. And the funny thing is that I have had this comb for a number of years, but I actually saw my lovely friend Julia from Nana Fox use her one. She has the exact same one as myself, and I just thought, yes, that would make a really tingly video. If you don't know who I'm talking about, then I will list Nanofox's channel down below because it is amazing. You're going to want to watch it. Just grabbing all of the hair to run this fine tooth comb along the back and up the neck and into the hair. And I'll repeat that again, up the neck and into the hair. This feels really, really nice. If you haven't had this done to you before, then please try it. It's just the most tingly experience ever. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next tool, and that is a head massager. This tool again feels so nice on the scalp.
That feels okay. Yeah, that's fine.
It just sends absolute shivers down your whole body, but it's kind of nice shivers. And again, this tool feels so wonderful on the scalp. I often use this tool on myself most nights. I have found it to really relieve any tension headaches I may be experiencing, or if I just want to get in a really relaxed and sleepy mood, I will use this on myself. take the scalp tonic, and this particular one is from Charles Worthington. And what this tonic is supposed to do is it's supposed to nourish the scalp whilst also stimulating hair growth. So I have my tail comb, and I'm just going to start on the top of the head. And then I'll run some of the tonic down the hairline, and then carry on to the next part, just picking up about a centimetre in depth of hair, and then again running the tonic onto the scalp. It smells nice.
Yeah, it does.
Can you smell it?
Yeah.
So I will repeat this process every other week for the next couple of months for Abby, and hopefully that will just help strengthen her hair and just make it seem a little more thick and lustrous. But as I said, she has not long had a baby, and it is very, very normal for your hair to fall out a little bit more after having a baby. And the reason for this is because when you are pregnant, your body slows down to focus on the baby. So you don't actually lose as much hair whilst you're pregnant, and that's why people sometimes say, oh, you look amazing, your hair looks amazing. It's because your body is preserving all of its energy for the baby. And then once you have your baby, it's just shedding that extra hair that you accumulated in your pregnancy. So it's not always necessarily a very bad thing. However, if you do feel that you are losing an excessive amount of hair after birth, then please consult your GP. Okay, so we're moving on to the back of the hair now, and I'm just going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to separate the hair and then run some of the tonic up the scalp. Just separating the hair, trying to get as even a line as I can, and then squeezing some tonic onto the scalp. is all being evenly distributed over the scalp now. What I like to do now is I like to give just a really gentle, relaxing scalp massage. Number one, that will help distribute the lotion into the scalp further, and it also feels extremely pleasant to have done as well. Abby is very calm and sleepy right now, so I just like to keep her like that. I'm just being very delicate with the front of her hair, just keeping it away from her face. This is definitely the kind of treatment that I would love to have. And I did actually go for a Indian head massage not too long ago, and wow, it was so nice. Okay, so I've done a good job of knotting up Abby's beautiful hair, but it doesn't matter, I can just brush it through later on. So we're now moving on to using my jade comb, and again this is probably one of the favourites from my subscribers, so I wanted to use it for you guys. It does make a beautiful noise. It's quite a hollow noise, I think, but still a lovely sound. Because it is a jade stone, it's very cool, and this particular comb has almost like these triangular points at the end, so it can really graze over the scalp. So I'll just make sure to get the other side of Abby's scalp. And I have this very, very soft makeup brush, and what I'm going to do with it is I'm just going to trace it across Abby's back and her shoulders, just as a different kind of pressure and sensation onto the skin. Just take her hair, brush across her neck, because this can feel so nice. And again, just the feeling of her hair falling onto her back can feel really nice as well. And over the shoulders. Just very softly up the neck and into the hairline. Making sure to do the other side. Over her shoulder. And up her neck. And into the hair. And I'm just tracing across her hairline as well. Being very slow and gentle. Hi everyone! In today's video, we are just going to keep it ever so simple, ever so relaxing for my beautiful friend Maria, who some of you will notice from her channel Tranquil Tones ASMR. And I must say, it's really nice to have her here with me again. I always enjoy it when she comes to visit me, and when I say she goes out of her way to come and see us and film with me, I honestly mean it, because she lives quite far away, so I am always grateful. So thank you, Maria. And one of the most striking features which I think Maria has is her beautiful, thick, dark hair. So I'm just running my fingers through it, and we gave it a little straighten earlier as well, just to add that extra length. And it feels so nice, and it's so shiny. So we're just going to pay a little bit of attention to this area today. Just get her nice and relaxed. And I have this wooden paddle brush. Just going to take it and slowly glide it through the hair, starting from the top all the way down to the ends. And I think Maria possibly has the thickest hair I have worked with. It's just so beautiful. I can just about get the brush through. Just making my way around the hair. To the other side. Making sure to give both sides an equal amount of attention. through the ends and over the beautiful shirt she's wearing. I love the red in Maria's hair as well. I think it just adds to the shininess of hair. I feel that sometimes blonde hair can look a little bit dull, whereas brunette hair always has that nice kind of glow to it, and it always looks really nice and healthy. And I'm actually going to take some room spray I have, and this is from a brand called Pecksniffs. It's a weird name, and it is a vetiver musk, and I really like this, so I'm just going to spritz just a small amount so that Maria can take in the beautiful smell.
That smells lovely.
Does it smell nice? I'll just spray a few more. Now using my fingertips to just gently trace over the jawline and down the neck. Just that gentle attention that can really relax and calm us, make us feel at peace and safe. I'll follow that on through the hairline as well. Just tucking those lovely baby hairs behind the ear. Again, this kind of personal attention can be such a powerful trigger. Something as simple and as gentle as tucking the hair behind an ear can invoke so many maternal memories, or just a feeling of being tranquil and safe. Carry on to the other side, gently tracing across the jaw and into the neck and the hairline. Just using my nails a little bit as well, because again, this kind of sensation can be really nice on the scalp, and it can help with circulation as well. So just dragging my fingers through the scalp. And down the neck as well. just gently tracing over the ears with my fingers. Maria has some beautiful earrings in at the moment, so I shall be sure to be very careful around this area. But it's still nice to just pay some attention to the ears as well. And then I'll take the backs of my hands. I'm just using my nails to glide across the skin and into the hair. This can feel really, really tingly.
Oh yeah.
It's just very gentle yet that kind of scraping movement just feels really nice, I feel. It's just so light. And massaging the back of the scalp as well. Just a little bit. Then I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure down the scalp, onto the shoulders, just gently massaging with my thumbs, and then continuing that pressure down the arms and just squeezing. Again, it's great for circulation. It's quite an enjoyable sensation as well. Just repeat this one more time. Down the scalp and the neck. Gentle massage. Just really pressing my thumbs in to the tops of the shoulders. And then following that down the arms. And I'm going to finish with this beautiful jade comb because I know you all love it so much. And again, I'm just going to run it down the scalp, just backwards and forwards motions, just allowing the comb to move freely in my fingers, and then running it through the ends of the hair as well. I love this comb, and we were actually filming for Maria's channel earlier today, and she has used a few different jade combs on me over the last 24 hours, and I have to say that was probably the most enjoyable part for me because it just feels so cooling and it just gives a really nice massage to the scalp as well. Would you say you enjoy this, Maria?
It feels absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's nice. And it's just the tone of it, the sound. It's so high, not high pitch, but I just feel like this is a sound like no other really that you get from a comb. I just love it. So again, I'll just continue through the scalp and down the hair. And Maria's hairs are getting really long now, so it's just so enjoyable to play with and brush and just run my hands through. I'll just go to the other side now. And again, I'll just repeat the same process on this side. Just running the comb up and down the scalp, just freely through my fingers and then through the rest of the hair. And I find that just really simple sessions like this can be the most helpful with, friends or clients or whoever I'm doing this session on. But I do usually find that it is the softer touch, the more caring touch that relaxes people the most. And I really feel we should not be afraid to show care to one another, really. There's not enough of it out there as it is, so. I'm just going to take a moment to just use my hands through the hair and my nails as well. And I'll be a little bit faster with my movements just so that Maria can kind of come to a little bit. Just running my fingers down the hair, just scratching at the scalp as well. And just create a little bit of friction, because this can feel really nice also. It's really, really good for the scalp. Not being too forceful with it, being quite delicate with my fingertips, but still managing to get the blood flowing. And movements like this can be found in treatments like Indian head massages and, deep scalp massages, because even though they may look a little bit more forceful, they do actually feel really nice. I'll just smooth that back down. Just make sure it's all back into place. And hopefully Maria feels a little bit more relaxed now. I know. I feel quite chilled as well, actually. I love doing things like this. Just simple yet, very, very nice. Hi everyone! In tonight's video we are going to just be focusing on the hair and the nape of the neck and also the back. And we will be using various brushes and combs and other tools as well. So we very much hope you enjoy this video. So I'm just taking a moment to have a little play with Maria's hair. Using my hands to gently stroke across her scalp. Maria has the most beautifully thick, soft, shiny hair. I'll sweep it to the side for a moment. and softly run my hands across her skin. And then allow the hair to fall back where it was. And I'm actually going to start this session with a very old school style brush. This is a Denman hard toothed brush. And I do like using this brush occasionally because it does feel really nice on the scalp, because it's a lot firmer than most brushes. It doesn't have as much flexibility within it. Just brushing through the ends for a moment. I'm actually just going to gather the hair above the head now to actually get to the nape of the neck and the back as well, because this brush feels really nice on those areas also. And it really is a different sensation when you brush the hair upwards into the scalp from the nape of the neck. I just think it feels absolutely wonderful. And these kind of videos are probably my most favourite to watch, so I wanted to do one for all of you. The atmosphere in the room is absolutely beautiful at the moment. We have a lot of candles burning and My beautiful fireplace is roaring. It's so warm and cozy and inviting. And I'll just run my fingers through her hair for a moment before moving on to this beautiful comb I'm going to use. And this is an Amber Effect Afro comb, and it sounds so good being run through the hair. And I like to almost scratch the scalp with this comb. It feels amazing. And then I'll just catch areas of the hair within it. I could honestly have this done to me for hours. I would just be so happy. And I am trying to be very light with this comb because the ends are a little bit pointy, so a lighter touch feels much better. And again, just gentle little scratches throughout the scalp. Making sure to run it down the arms, back and forth, and across the tops of the shoulders as well. so I'm now moving on to use these extremely soft, gentle brushes. And I'll start at the middle of the back and work my way up into the hair. And then just tracing them back and forth across the arms. And up the nape of the neck. And over the hair. Just tracing up and down her straps. I'll just move her hair out of the way to run the brush up the neck and behind the ears, because this feels really, really nice as well. Just being so delicate. I just want her to feel very sleepy, like she could just drift off into a beautiful sleep. And I have one of your favourites here. I know so many of you love this jade comb. And again, I'll just start on the back, running it up the neck and through the hair. Using gentle back and forth movements through the scalp. Just giving the scalp a gentle massage with the comb. And again, because we are using it upwards into the hair, it just has a completely different feeling than if I were to be using it on the top of the scalp, working my way downwards. this comb because it's obviously made of jade stone and it's cooling, but also it doesn't catch on the hair because the teeth are so spread apart, so it just feels really nice being run through the hair as well. So I'm now going to take my really cute little back scratcher and again just paying some attention to the back and slowly running it up to the top of the head. Just gently making my way around the hairline as well. Just following along with a gentle touch of my fingertips. And then I am barely holding the tool. I want it to feel extremely soft and ticklish on the skin. And again, just some scratching movements through the scalp. Okay, so I now have this eyebrow comb that I like to use. And I'm wanting to just pay a little bit of attention to the bottom of the hairline near the nape of the neck for a moment. So I'm just taking little pieces of hair with the brush, just allowing the hair to stroke across the back when I collect it. just take a moment to do some parting of the hair, because I think that can feel really tingly as well to both receive and to watch. So I'm very carefully running the comb side of the scalp to separate the hair. And then I'll just fix it back into place and pick a different area of the scalp to separate. Again, this is a major trigger of mine, both to watch and to have done. I absolutely love having my hair highlighted when they run the comb through my hair to divide it. I just really love that feeling. And keeping on the theme of combs, I have these two very pretty tail combs. And again, I'm just going to take both of them and run them up the back and into the hair. Just a different sensation. I'll take the other side and again just do some gentle parting of the hair and just inspecting the scalp as I go as well. Just a bit more of intricate detail. Maria's scalp looks very healthy. So I'll just carry on for a moment and divide different areas of the hair. all looking very beautiful and healthy. And I'll take a moment to pay some attention to the back with the tail combs. Just run them upwards, being very delicate with my movements up the back. And to finish this session, I'm actually just going to use my hands. And I'm taking my fingernails and just gliding them over the scalp. Just running my fingertips over the neck and the back. And combing through the hair with my nails as well. And I'm now pretty sure Maria is asleep underneath all of that beautiful hair. Hi everyone. Thank you so much this little scratching tool I have. And again, I'm just going to run it through from the hairline into the hair. Just grabbing little pieces of hair as I go. I'm just gently running it up the bridge of the nose. And also over the eye area, because it can feel so nice when it brushes against the lashes. I guess that this is the closest sensation to what we actually feel within ASMR. Having something extremely soft run over the whole of your face and your scalp and your shoulders. I honestly do think that this should be a better known treatment for people, as I absolutely know that it helps with sleep, it helps lift the mood, it helps release serotonin, and it's just so enjoyable to have done. Do you mind me tracing your ears? So curved. No, that's okay, I won't disturb them. So I'm going to now use this smaller brush because I'm wanting to pay some attention to around the ear area, as I feel it doesn't get as much attention as it should. The ear is an extremely sensitive area of the body. However, it holds a lot of gateways to a lot of problems within the body. We have a lot of acupressure points all over the ears, and we have a lot of nerves that run through the ears. So just paying a little bit of gentle attention to this area can again really help with so many day-to-day problems you may be experiencing. sensation on the back of the ear. I know that some people don't particularly enjoy places like their ears to be touched. However, I find it very, very pleasant and comforting, and I love it when I go for a massage or a facial and they incorporate the ears into the treatment. I'm just making sure to run the brush up the neck as well. I'm now going to use this mascara wand for a moment. Again, just to pull on the finer baby hairs around the hairline. And this does do a good job of gripping onto the hair, creating that nice little tug on the skin. But I'm still making sure to be quite gentle as well. I don't want it to be painful in any way. Just following across the hairline, and then again just smoothing down the hair. And I'll just repeat the same on the other side. And then I'll take a fresh mascara wand and comb through the brows, just combing them upwards and then across back into place. And again, just combing the brows upwards and then reshaping them into place. And I'll just gently trace them over the lashes, but I'll be really gentle in this area. Again, this is something which can feel really, really nice, but is very often forgotten about. And finally, I have this beautiful, soft makeup brush. And I'm just going to run it over the face, just so gently, in small circular motions. So this brush is usually used for makeup. However, I prefer to use it for things like serums and oils. And it does actually do a really good job of getting those products into the